Dear learners, welcome to my channel. Now, in the last video, we have learned about creating a area chart, which is a part of trend analysis. So, if we want to see my revenue that is changing over a period of time, so in the timeline, I'm having this calendar table. I have created a fiscal date hierarchy, and I have put fiscal year, fiscal month, and fiscal day in my hierarchy. So, if I go one level down, I'll have the monthly analysis. So in the previous video, we have seen how we can, analyze this customer data and we can see over a period of time in which country, how much revenue is generating it and over a period of time, how it is fluctuating it. Now, one another thing that we can see over here that when we go one level down or we do drill down, we have year-wise analysis and in that we have month analysis and the month is starting from July. So July to June that becomes my 1 year because that is my financial year. You can see over here in 2018 from July to June. Similarly, if you see from July 2019 to June 2019, this is my second year. And if you see July to June 2020, this is my third year, to my third financial year. You can see the data over here also in the matrix chart. Now, if I go one level down, then you can see that we have day-wise revenue which are there. So if you see the day, the month, year is starting from it is 2018 and the month is starting from July. But if you see the day, the arrangement of day, if you see it is Friday, then Monday, then Saturday, then Sunday. So if you see the day is arranged in alphabetical order. So if you see it is F, M, then S, S, T, T, and W. But I do not want this kind of thing. I want to arrange my weekday number, right? And say, for example, my weekday number is starting from Sunday, and Sunday represents the first day of that week. So basically, I want to arrange the order of this day starting from Sunday to Saturday. So now for that arrangement, what we are going to do is, let me just go one level down so that it is the total revenue that is appearing. Now I'll go to table view. Now in the previous session we have already created this day fiscal day which I have used a format function and I have used the current day date and I have given the argument DDD. Now D represents the day. Similarly this time I want to calculate the day number, right? What is the week of the day number it is there. So I'll give this name. I create a new column, okay, and that I will name is as a weekday number. Now weekday number means which is the number of that day which is there inside that week. So for that we have a text function called weekday and I'm going to give this argument that is my calendar date and I'll press enter. So what will happen? Each day inside that week, like Sunday it is starting is the first one, then Monday it is second one, Tuesday that is third one, Wednesday that is fourth one. Now if you see I have 7 days in a week, then again I am having 7 days a week. Now I want the arrangement of this. As of now the fiscal day is arranged in alphabetical order, but I want the arrangement of fiscal day by weekday number wise. Why? Because I want Sunday to be appeared at first and Saturday to be appeared at the last. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this column and I'll sort my column by weekday number. So what will happen? The day column, fiscal day column will be sorted by weekday number. Now let's go to visualization. And now if I drill down the value by one level, it will show me the month-wise analysis. But if I go one level down, I will also have the data that is arranged from Sunday and it will end on Saturday. So on a particular month, on that particular week, how this data is arranged. So now if you see Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it is arranged in the weekday number wise, right? So it is very important to understand that on what particular day, how is the analysis moving, whether it is moving in the order or how it is changing over a period of time. Okay, so we can arrange the number, we can arrange the month by month number and week by the day by week number, right? So in that particular day, what is the which is a day which is starting, right? So we want to arrange the data from Sunday to Saturday. So this is the thing that we need to look into it. Now, in this video, we are going to learn one another interesting thing, that is how you add your branding to your organization. So say for example, I'm having my logo, my branding logo, or the name of company that I want to use it. So say for example, if my company name over here is Adventure Works, which is a bicycle manufacturing company, and I have my branding logo, which is there. I'll just give you the branding logo in the description box. You can just download it from the description box. I'll provide you the link to download the image. Now in this video, what we are going to learn is how you add the branding logo or image to your report. So let me just arrange this data first. Before that, I also want you to introduce you to one of the interesting things that's being known as a slicer, right? So let me do some arrangement over here. I'll just create a space for my slicer, right? Now here I want to add some slicer over here. Now how do you add slicer? So if you see over here in my third column and my fifth row, you will see something known as slicer. So slicer will automatically be arranged over here. You can just adjust with the help of teleguides. Now I want to put the filter or slicer as fiscal year. Now if you see, the slicers are given in terms of a slider. Now I do not want sliders, so I want to format this visual. So let me just go to the format visual part, and let's go to visual part, and the first one is slicer setting. Now if you click on it, you will have some different options which are there. Now if you see, it is first of all between list. I do not want this, I want the vertical list, because I want that year should be appearing over here, right? So you'll see the fiscal year that appear is 17, 18, 19, 20 and 21. These are the fiscal year that are appearing into my data. Now let me just do some multi-select option. I want it, right? Then slicer heading, I want it in bold, and I want to increase the font size a little bit so that it is visible. Font color, I want black. I want border also. Border position should be on the top, bottom, right? And I want black color. Line width, I want 3. Background, I don't want it any background. Padding icons, it should be black color if it is there. Tooltips, I do not want it. Values, I want it bold and black in color, right? And I want some font size to be there also. That is fine. Then border, I don't want border. You can just add border also, but it will look very bad, so I'm not putting it. Even the border in the text box is also not required actually. So let me just remove it, right? I do not want border. Pending icons also, values I already started. Values, I've done it. Background, I do not want it. Okay, so let me keep as it is. I just want border in my visual. So if you close the slicer headings, value part, and I'll go to general tab. In the properties pane, you'll have the size, which I do not want it, position. Title, if you want it, you can add it, but I don't want it. Effect. In the background, it is white color, but visual border, I want it on all the side, and it should be of black color. I want to increase the size up to 2 point. Shadow, I don't want it. Then effects is done. Now data format, I don't want to apply any additional formatting. Header icons, color background, I don't want it. Icons, all should be on. And tools, I don't want it. Alter text, I don't want it. Okay. So all the general formatting, I want to keep it as it is. Okay, now if you see over here, you can just filter the data. Say for example, if you filter the data by 2018, you will have only the data by 2018. If you go one level down, because it was a year, you will see month on month, that is there. If you select 2019, all your data will be filtered by 2019. If you click on 2017, you will see that there is no data. Why? Because the data is starting from 2018. We have converted this into financial year where the data is starting from 2018 only. So you will see this is the sales that was done in US and Canada. Then in 2019, we have increased our territory. We have expanded to France and United Kingdom. Then we have in 2020, we have grown into United States, Canada, France, UK, Germany, and we have include Australia also. Now, if you see in 2021, there are no data actually in 2021, right? So our data, because our data was supposed to be there for only 3 years, that is 2018, 19, and 20. Now, if you want to remove the slicers, then you can do clear selection. So what will happen? It will go back to a normal settings or normal view. Now let me just go one level up so that we can see it, and we can keep it one level down so that any visualization that we do it can appear over here, right? So this is a slicer setting. Now important thing in slicer is that we can connect this slicer with any of the visualization, because as of now this slicer is on this page. Okay, because this we are doing unless of the customer will lastly name this page as a customer analysis. But before that, I want to do some branding logo. I want to add it. So to that, let me just resize this first. Now I want to insert an image, right? So I will go to insert, and then I will go into the elements part. In the elements tool, there is something known as image. Now just click on image and just navigate it to your folder where you have downloaded. So my image is over here, AW banner HC. Okay, I'll just give you this logo that you can use it, and just click on open. So what will happen? This banner will be loaded over here. Now I will just use my resize handle and I will drag it to the end so that it looks good up till the end, and I'll just resize it with the icon over here. Let me just drag it, and I'll just make sure that it goes into the full screen. Now I can also just do some formatting for this also, right? Should be running the full screen. Now style, I want normal. Action, I do not want it. In general, in the effect size, I want to have a border, and the border should be of black color. I want it, and let me just increase the width size so that it looks visually good. I'll give it 2. Shadow, I don't want it. Okay, the rest of the things let keep as it is. Okay, so now this is my image that I have added it, right? Let me just use this borders for this one. But let me just keep through it now. So I have added my logo. Let me just extend this also. Let me put some blank space so that I can click over here. So I am having this visualization. Now I want to introduce some key performance indicators that should be visible at the top. Okay, so for that I need some visual which is known as a card visual. Now, where is the card visual? If you see the fourth row and the last column, you will see something known as 1, 2, 3. This 1, 2, 3 refers to as the card visual. Now, what is this card visual? So this card visual will tell you the numeric value that you want to show as your indicator. Now, because I'm having revenue as my key variable, key indicator, it is there in the item list, and I've created this revenue. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to insert, I'll click on this blank area inside this region, I'll click on 1, 2, 3. So what will happen? Here you will see a visualization that will appear over here. Now I will add my revenue in the field list. So if you single tick on it, it will show you the revenue, right? Now the next thing is we need to format this visual. So I'll just make sure and resize it so that it can be put it up at the top of my analysis, right? So I'll just single select it, resize it, and I will put it at the top over here somewhere, right? I'll just resize my font so that it is uh, visible. That's it, right? So my revenue is there and it is 80 million, which is written. Now, first of all, let me just format this visual, right? Because it should be matched with the branding logo, I want to do some customization. Now, how do I customize it? So I'll go to the format visual, selected by being selected this card visual, let's go to the format visual. In that, you have something known as call out value. In call out value, you will see something known as black color. Now, if you select this white color, you will see 80 million, which is not visible. That is called call out value. As of now, I am keeping it black so that it is visible, right? But before that, I want to do it is I want to keep it this visual. Before that, let me just do some general setting. In general setting, I am doing formatting. I am going to the effect size and background. I want transparency to be 100%. So see what is happening. If I keep it on transparency 100%, this visualization will become transparent. So if you see there are black colored font which was there, it is not visible because we have dark blue color at the background and we have black color of font. That's why it is not visible. Now, why I am keeping transparent to make sure that it goes with my theme. Now, see what I'm doing is I am doing, I'm going to the visual part, I'm going to call out value and I'm changing it to white color. Why? Because it is matching with my theme, right? And I'll keep it bold, right? Now let's go to my category label, and category label also there is a revenue word which is written. I want to keep it in the white color and I also want to keep it bold. So now if you see, it is exactly matching with my theme, right? Now again, let me go just to the general, and if you see, we have something as visual border. You can just add visual border, and I not want, I want some light color to be there, so I'll put some gray color so that it is visible, right? So if you see now, I have put some gray color border so that I can have my visuals, which is clearly visible, right? You can just use that visual in the effect size, visual border. You can just increase the width also, 2 point. You can use a 2 point. Okay, so this visuals look somewhat bit good in comparison to my theme, right? Let me just adjust it. Now I am using my same visual to insert my two another KPIs, which is total number of items sold and how many orders have been placed. So for that, I am having only one measure as of now, this revenue. So I have to calculate my two another measures, which are my KPIs to be displayed over here along with revenue. So now see what I'm doing it. I'm going to create new measure. So I'll click on F items, that is my fact items, and I'm going to first of all calculate total number of items that has been sold. Now if I go to my data and if I see the item list, you will see if I want to understand how many items has been sold, so there is something which is known as order quantity. So in this item list, we have something known as order quantity. When I sum this order quantity, I will get the total number of quantities that has been sold, like total items that has been sold, right? So Let's go to visual part, and here in the F item, or we can go to the table only, and let's click on F item, and here I'll right click on the F items and I'll click on new measure, right? Contextual menu can be opened anywhere, right? This measure I will name this as items sold, total number of items sold. Now, how I am going to do calculation? So basically, I am going to use a function called sum, and I am going to sum what order quantity. So order quantity is there in F items. So if you see, if I write down F items, automatically the drop down you will see order quantity which is there, and just press enter. So what will happen? It will calculate, this measure will be calculated, and it will be a whole number. The format will be whole number, right? Because it's a number of items, so it can be 1 2 3, right? It cannot be a continuous one like 1.1, because it's a bicycle manufacturing company, so they can manufacture one bicycle, two bicycle, but they cannot manufacture 1.5, right? So it's a discrete number is there, so we are keeping it format the whole number. Now let's go to visualization. Now I want to use my this measure into my KPI, right? So how I'm going to use it? I'll just copy this visual, okay, and I'll paste it over here only. Because I want to use this visual again, you can use this teleguides, right, to arrange it in the order. Now, benefit of using the copy and pasting is that have you do not need to repeat the formatting part, okay, because this is already formatted. What we need to do is just select this visual, remove the revenue variable, and put the items. So automatically all the things will be done, right? So that is why it is very helpful that if you have a formatted visual and if you want to use it multiple times, then just copy that visual and you can paste it in the same visual so that it can save your time. Now, again, say for example, I want to use this visual and I want to again create a new measure called total number of orders. So now I have to calculate the total number of orders. Now for that, let's go to table view part. If you see, I am having something known as in the order list, I am having something known as, if you go to the order list, order table, you will see something known as sales order ID. Now this sales order ID are the unique order that customer has placed, right? So basically, if I count the total number of orders, then I will get how many orders has been placed. Okay, so the mathematical function that will be used over here, that is the count. So I have to count my sales order. So see how I'm making this measure. So in the F order table, it is there. Now, one interesting thing is there, my variable sales order ID, it is there in the orders table. But because I want to create my measure into the items list, I will click on F item table. Okay, and let me just open it, and I am right clicking on F items and I'll create new measure. Now try to understand what is happening. Total number of orders that has been placed. So I'm giving this name orders. Now, how I'm going to calculate it? I want to count. So I'm using a DAX function called count. And I am going to count the sales order which are placed. So if you go to the orders table and sales order ID, that will tell you the unique order that customer has placed. Okay, so if I count the total number of order, then I will get how many total orders are there, and that will also be a whole number. The data type of that will be a whole number. Now let's go to visualization part, and you will see a new variable or new measure which is known as orders that has been created. Now let me copy this visual and let me paste the visual over here. Now one of the interesting thing is that you can use this visualization. Along with that, you can also auto arrange this thing. Now let me just put my orders. Let me just select this visual, remove my revenue, and put in my order. So now three important key metrics, which are total number of orders, how much revenue has been generated, and how many items has been sold. Now after creating this, I want to auto arrange all this visual. So let me just select this one with the help of control key. Press the control key, hold it, and just select the second visual. Again, select the third visual. Now I want to auto arrange this visual. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to format part. You will see something known as align. I want to align at the top so that every visual is at similar line, and the second I am using it distributed horizontally, so all will be equally spaced. Now your visual will look much more in a in a good manner, right? Visually it will be appealing. Now what is the interesting thing? If I filter my data, or if I slice my data, this is my year slicer. If I slice my data by 2019, you will have all the data related to 2019, right? So in 2019, 1250 orders has been placed. The total revenue generated was 29 million, and total items that were sold is 79K. If you go to 2018, there were 739 orders. So in 2018, there were 739 orders. The total revenue generated from it was $16 million, and the total items that has been sold are 22K. Now, if I check out 2019, the orders has been increased to 1255. The total revenue generated from that order will be 28 million, and 79K items has been sold. If you go to 2020, there are 1,812 orders were there, 36 million was the revenue, and 114K items has been sold. Now, if I want to see that in 2020, what has been done in United States. So if I click on United States, so you will see how much is the revenue, 21 million. So you will see over here this KPI 21 million, right? Which are the areas in which the revenue has been done? So these are the areas which are there, and you can see the numeric value that are getting placed. So how many orders has been placed in 2020 United States? So it is 1022. How many items that has been sold? So 62,000 items were sold. And what is the total revenue that has came? That is 21 million. Similarly, if I again click on it, it will go back to my normal view, but this is only 2020. Now say for example, if I clear my selection over here, so all the data will appear. Now if I want to see only United States, so if I click on United States, it will tell me for every year 2018, 19 and 20. So if you see in the United States for the 3 year, the total order will be 2474. The total revenue is 54 million, which you can see over here and at the bottom also. And how many items? 1000, uh, 1,33,000. So like 133,000 items has been sold in the United States. Now again, if I click on United States, you will go back to your normal view. Now, if I want to see what has happened in Canada, so if I click on Canada, you will see in Canada there are total of 692 orders that has been placed, 14 million revenue. That is the total that has been generated from Canada in the last 3 years, and 42,000 item has been sold. Now, if I want to check it, what has happened in 2018? So now, if I click on 2018, 158 order were placed, 3 million revenue, and 4,831 item. Detailed breakup is over here in the matrix. Now, if you see what is happening in 2019, then you will see there were 250 orders, total 6 million dollar revenue was there, and 17,000 items has been sold. Now if you click on 2020, you will see 284 orders was placed, the revenue was 6 million, and 20,000 item has been sold. And if you want to see the trend which is happening over a period of time, so you can see how it is changing. Now if I clear the selection, so this will be the trend for the entire Canada for the last 3 years, right? If you want to see the trend individually year wise, you can just click on year and you can see how the revenue is changing over month on month, and you will see that in September and in December, in 2020 particularly, in the year 2020, September and December has got the highest revenue, which is above average, and all the other are almost like on the average or below average. So you will see August, July, August, September, then October is below average, November is also below average, and you can see January, February that is below average, and April again it is also below average. Again, June it is spiking it. So you can see the trend over a period of time that what is happening in Canada, in particular 2020. Similarly, you can check out for 2019. So if you see the trend in July, it has increased, then Again, it is steadily increasing in August, but if you see the decline that is happening till October, then again it is jumping it. Slight jump is there, then again it is revenues going down in January, February, then it is increasing slightly, but still it is below average. But if you see May and if you compare it only July, August, and September, these are the months that is performing good. So we can understand there is something happening in this month in the Canada in this particular year that has spiked the sales that is above average, right? And what is the total revenue that has been sold? That is basically 17K items and 6 million that is revenue. Okay. So this is how actually you do the analysis of customers when you are having the data which is representing the information related to customer. Now these are the KPIs. They are general KPIs which is being used. I have put slices also and I have put my this visuals also. Let me just format this visual also, make it a dark border so that it looks visually good. Okay. So now this is looking something a good report, right? Now this is basically my customer analysis. So I'll just double click on the page one. This is the name of the page one, but I'll just give this name customer analysis because this is analysis of the customer. So by region and country, by revenue by country, then I want revenue by fiscal month and year. I have put it slicer also. I have put it the trend line also, trend also, how it is performing over a period of time. Let me just put it over here so that I can see the, okay, so I'm just drilling up my value, just arrange it, just drill up my value, right? Okay, let me just format this visual also, like general, effect size, visual border, I want it till 2 point so that it looks good. Okay, so this is my generally a report which is uh, looking stunning in terms of customer analysis. Okay, so now in this video what we have learned is first in the area chart we have created something known as, in the table we have created fiscal day, and with respect to that we have created weekday number and we have arranged the day number by day, because if we go by fiscal day it will arrange into alphabetical order, but we want to sort this by weekday number. So we have generated weekday number with the help of weekday function, there is a dex function, and we have sorted this column fiscal day by weekday number. So what will happen, the week will start from Sunday, it will end on the Saturday. Now, how we can check it over here? We can go to the lowest level and you can see Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It is arranged in the serial order of week number from 1 to 7. Now, along with that, we have added a slicer which is used for slicing your data, and we have added a fiscal year slicer. So, whenever we want to drill down my data, whenever I want to train down my data by year wise, I can select any particular year and it will give me the trend over a period of time, what is happening, how much total orders are there, how much revenue it is there, and how much total items has been sold for that particularly year. So we have added slices also. Now along with that, we have uh, go on for adding the branding logo. Okay, so branding logo, any company, in which other company that you are working it, right, you have to insert the image. So with the help of insert function and the image part, we have added this image, and then we have formatted this image with the help of this general visual. We have created the border. After that, we have inserted a card visual, which is there over here. Card visual is something which is used for making visible the numeric value that you want to show it, right? Like KPIs, key performance indicators. So here our indicators are total number of orders that has been placed, how much revenue that has been generated, and which are the total number of items that has been sold. Okay, so for calculating the orders, what we have done is from the order table, if you see from the order table, we have taken this data called sales order ID and we have counted. When we have count the total number of orders, it will tell me the total number of orders that has been placed. For items, what we have done is in item list, we have something known as order quantity. So if I sum the quantity, I will get the total number of items that has been sold. And revenue we have already created previously by summing up the line total. So if you see over here in the F items table, If you go over here in F item table, we have summed this line total and we have created a measure called revenue. We'll see the function over here, revenue equal to sum of line total. Similarly, item sold, we have calculated by summing up the order quantity in the items table. Similarly, we have calculated the total number of orders. The total number of orders was counted by sales order ID. So if we count the sales order ID, we will get total number of orders that has been placed. Okay, so finally our report looks something like this. Okay, so in this video we have learned about adding slicers, how we can arrange the data in terms of weekday number, how we arrange the image, how we add the KPIs in terms of card visual. Okay, now I hope you have learned a lot into this video, right? If you have any questions related to this video, definitely you can ask me into the comment section and I'll reply to your question. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel for the upcoming videos. I'll be putting up a lot of videos on the Power BI. I'm going to put a lot of analysis on this data and you can just regularly update yourself from this thing. Please practice yourself. I've given the data set also. I'll put the link into the description box also. I'll put the image link also so you can download it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. See you in the next video. Thank you so much.